Okay. So thank you guys for taking time to do this evening. It's just good for me to see everybody's faces. It was good. The vacation was great, but you know what? One of the coolest things that happened to me when I got back is I ran into Margie DeHaze at the grocery store and I got a hug. And that was like the best. I don't know. There's being back on U.S. soil feels awesome. And I'm grateful. I'm totally grateful. One of the things that I shared on the last call is we got orders while we were gone. People who we've sown seeds and yeah, it just happened. And so it is residual income. I want you all to really believe and understand that when you build it, it's there. The volume was down a little bit, but the basis of it was all still there. And so, your check might be a little bit less, but it's not gone. It's not like, oh, I didn't go to work this week and I didn't get paid, right? So, and the other piece that I learned from that experience is the one person who reached out, she heard me speak like 4 years ago. And it's about building relationships, apparently. We talk about that all the time. But she just reached out and said, I used to do this. My kids were healthier. And I want somebody that will take care of me. And I know that you will. And I want to get my kids back on Juice Plus after 4 years. I mean, we probably see each other on Facebook. We have not had a conversation in 4 years. So that was sort of telling about who we are and how people know us and know what we stand for and know what we do and know that we'll take good care of them. But at any rate, I wanted to share a couple of things because everybody that's on this call is building, wants to grow a business, wants to help more people get healthy. And so how would you feel if someone who you knew was taking Juice Plus, not necessarily directly from you, but maybe from one of your team members, reaches out to you and says, I am so excited. I invited her to come to one of the events this week. She'll be there actually tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, at Margie's. I just was thinking about you, wanted to reach out to you and tell you thank you because my son, I don't know what grade he's in, but he's never been able to read. And he's been on Juice Plus since January, and he's now reading at a 3rd grade level. Wow. So how would you feel if you helped somebody get started on Juice Plus and all of a sudden their child could remember the words? She said that he couldn't remember a sight word longer than a minute. And he's not a little kid. He has some, learning issues and that kind of stuff. And so that's why I do what I do. I don't know why you do what you do, but I think that's something that I want to start with for us to go back to. Why do we do what we do? And if we love what we do, which I think we all do, how can we do it better and make sure that we're really growing a solid business? So I wanted to share 2 things primarily, AKA Kurt Beavers, because I listened to a training that is out there and maybe you already have heard it. But he said there's 2 things that you need to do that are smart and wise in the process of growing your business. And so you want to position yourself so that you're not leaving any money on the table. So the first obvious way to do that is, we get paid retail sales profit, but then we get paid commission. So it's 6%, it's then 14%, and then it's 22%. So the first thing you want to do is get to that 22% commission level, Because if you're not there and you're not getting paid 22%, somebody's getting the difference. If you're only getting 14%, I'm actually getting the difference. And if you have team members who are, only at 14% and you are a sales coordinator, you would get paid the difference on their orders until they achieve that position. So how do we get to sales coordinator? Well, we just keep doing the same thing. And here's what I want to tell you. We want to get as many people to sales coordinator between now and conference as we can, because conference is going to blow your mind. On the last call, Wendy, I don't have that slide myself, but I took a picture of it. So the old slide that is the stair steps and shows what the bonuses were, and that when you achieve senior sales coordinator, it used to be you got $1,000 bonus. Now you get a $2,500 bonus. When you achieve qualifying national marketing director, now you achieve a $5,000 team building bonus. And people who reach NMD get a $10,000 bonus, team building bonus. So in some cases, that's more than double what it used to be. So I don't know who that sell other things, but some of those companies are going away, like Wildtree. I just got an email from a friend that sells Wildtree, and they're closing. We know that Advocare has an issue, and they're
they just fired all their people.
Did they?
They just fired all their franchisees.
Right. So they can't build team anymore. They can do retail sales profit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you something else really interesting. I have a fellow, you've met him before, Timothy. His name's Bill Clark, and we were talking last week, and he's going to be there tomorrow, I think. And he said, I love Spark. It's better than Mountain Dew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So, we'll have an answer for that in the next 6 months. So I just want you to be encouraged about how forward-thinking our company is. And the other thing that our company does that nobody else does is every position is permanent.
That's our fight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't turn around and go back down the ladder. And so we don't have quotas. Nobody tells us what we have to do every month. I mean, we say this is what you should do to build a solid business, 5 customers a month.
Yeah.
But so step 1, get to the 22% commission level and help as many people as possible get there with you. Step 2 is to qualify your business, because we get paid 3 ways. You get retail sales profit, you get commissions, and you get bonuses. So qualifying your business is a performance bonus. So we talk about qualifying your business, but it kind of struck me, that's a performance bonus. And you're going to earn 5% on your team if you have 25 Trio customers direct to yourself. Now, in the process of building your business, your dealers and DDs can help you have your business qualified too. But the end goal is have 20, so that you never have to worry that your business wouldn't be qualified, so that you can earn that extra 5% bonus on your team. And I don't know, I don't want to leave money. If the money's out there, the company won't take it for themselves. That's another thing that makes us have so much integrity. They're going to pay it to a representative. And if it's not you, it'll be the person above you. So, if you get 5 new customers a month for 5 months, there you are. And you guys are on the position where not only you're wanting to do that for yourselves, but you're wanting to teach people to do that. So how do we do this? What's the secret sauce? I believe that the secret sauce is events. Um, and, there's different kinds. There's big events, there's little events. Like my favorite thing to do is to go have coffee with somebody. I'm relational. I like to talk to people one-on-one. I enjoy having a group. I'm starting, now that we've got all this Greece stuff behind me, I feel like I'm able to start breathing and living and thinking again, and would enjoy having people at my house again. But I really enjoy a coffee shop with somebody, which is what I did today. But the other events that are important are team calls. So I don't know if did you follow while I was gone, the gal on Wendy's team that did the Express Track, Stacy, and we forwarded her stuff. So she spoke on another National Marketing Director's team call, if you heard that. They had 40 people on that call.
Wow.
So 40 people. We're struggling here to get 4. Wendy had 13 on hers. So, we have to look at the value of the calls that we do and think about how do we get people on the calls. I invite people specifically to calls. I don't just typically throw it out there, and to events. I'm always inviting to events. So I'm done sort of inviting to tomorrow night, Thursday night. I'm on to the event in Dayton on the 13th. And I have a whole list of people that I want to make sure are there. And I'm going to be ahead of the curve this time because I was gone last time. So when I got home on Friday night, I started Monday morning making my list, sending text messages to people, calling, following up. I still realized today I missed following up with somebody that probably would have come. And he did too. He had sent the invitation to his personal trainer, but he forgot to follow up. I think we want to leverage our time. And so I just will toss out there what I think is, I loved this Zoom capability because now Timothy doesn't live in my backyard anymore. He moved. He and Maria and their family. And so there's nobody in my backyard. We can all come to my house. It's like 30 minutes probably from several people, not you in Miss Coshocton. But I just like this because our team is, farther away. We got Texas, we got the East Coast. And I think there's a lot of things that we could do. One of the things, Timothy, that I was really impressed that you and Maria did was a Facebook party. And it really wasn't specific, I don't think, Juice Plus. It was kind of in the confines of Super Party or something, but it was the one we did for Jennifer.
Right.
Yeah. I think those would be good things to do. Because you can get a lot of interest out there, particularly if you make it public. Friends and family calls, live events. And this is what I was taught about live events. The minute the event opens up on Eventbrite, get your ticket and at least one extra so you know that you can take a guest. Sometimes more. Sometimes I'll get one for Rick and a guest. And then if I have 2 guests, Rick doesn't get to go, right? But I like to have him go because, then we can talk back and forth with each other and get ideas to going together. So first time this year, this is first time I've not done, a regional or a summit or whatever. And that's okay because for the last 14 years I have, right? And so the family trip trumped everything. The biggest thing we have coming up that I want to really talk about is conference. It's probably going to be the most life-changing conference any of us have ever been to. And we all thought our first one was the best, right? Sandy and Deb. I mean, you look back at that and say, that was a pivotal time in my life. It changed my life forever. This is so when we went to this NMD meeting in Dallas and they began to share all the things that are going to happen in 2020, that they're going to reveal all of that in Austin, all the people who've been around when they went from water filter days to current Juice Plus stuff remembered and said they've never, I mean, that was the last time, and that was 25 years ago, that they had seen such massive changes. And I will tell you, you will like it. You will like the pay plan, and but it's going to look different. And just for you to know, I was on it. Well, I wasn't on it, but I listened to the recording of a recent NMD call, and somewhere in the next 30 days, I think our virtual office will change. And I think they said we're going to be really pleased. And it's going to, excuse me, got the hips. It's going to be real live time. So
Awesome.
I know of 2 orders that went in today that we haven't seen. I mean, we can't see them. We just know they did. So that will be
got
nice.
a quad today.
Yeah, right. Yep. And somebody else put in an Omega. Oh, the gal this morning that I was with put in an Omega. So at any rate, we're trying to plan for conference because we do have a team lunch, which I'm thinking is going to be Thursday night of conference. That's where we do awards and all that kind of stuff and have a meal together. And we are securing a location and we need a head count. So,
I'm going to be there. I don't know that Maria is going to make it to this one.
okay. Okay.
I already have tickets, so I'm going.
Yeah, I got my tickets.
Yeah,
We
I got a conference ticket. I have family in the area too, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time with them either before or after conference, depending on flight time. So
Now,
yeah, looking forward to it.
you'll have to contact the company and let them know you're going to activate your ticket.
I think we already did that, but I'll do so.
Okay. Okay. So I guess my question to you is, what can I do to support you to help you grow your business? Or what tools?
Is this a general question or directed at me?
No, at anybody and everybody. Because we can also do it as a team, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, our brains have been wrapped around trying to get moved for the last month,
I know.
2 months, trying to get all the house ready to sell and trying to get our family someplace we felt was a little bit safer.
Right.
So we've been a little slow on the Juice Plus side, and like you said, the residual income has been there. It's not been as high as it might have been, but it's been really helpful to have that.
Yeah.
And we are now in our new house. I imagine in the next week or 2, we're still going to largely be just kind of settling in, getting everything kind of rolling. And then we're pretty much in a straight sprint to conference.
Okay.
I've reached out to Dr. Croteau, who you actually suggested, for an opportunity to potentially job shadow with her here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we'll see where that goes.
I saw her today, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, she's our doctor. We see her all the time. Huh?
You're the reason she was running late.
Today?
Yeah.
Were you over there today?
No, I was supposed to be over there this evening, but she ended up running a little late, so we ended up changing the meeting.
Oh, well, I'm not the reason. I was there at 11:45.
Of course not. No, it couldn't possibly be you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I found that I had a hematoma on my leg. And
That's not fun.
no, it wasn't. I walked around Greece for 3 weeks that way. It was sort of painful. But yeah, she's a great doctor. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Honestly, what I'd like to do is to be able to join in on some of these panel discussions and things like that, to start sharing some of the stuff I've been building, all of my knowledge base. I'd like to start sharing it, you know?
Right.
I mean, there's
Well,
no point in gaining it if you're not going to share it.
right. So we just have to create opportunities to do that. We can do it on Zoom.
Mhm.
We can do it on our Tuesday night call, which will be next week. And then we can create live events.
I'm more than happy to do that. I'd like to start seeing what we can do.
Yeah. Well, last month was certainly a different month for all of us, I think. So July, hopefully, we'll be moving forward. So, you know, one of the things that I think that we can do better with is connection calls. Connection calls are powerful, and it's third party. It's not saying anything different than what you've already said. It's just somebody else. So I would encourage you to find people to do connection calls with me. I've got some people that I want to do connection calls with Wendy, because sometimes because somebody knows me, they don't believe me. You know? And Wendy doesn't say anything different than I do. And I don't say anything different than you do. But some people are like, well, I want to talk to somebody else about that. So I would encourage that. And now that I'm home, I'm much more available. So we can just schedule whatever. So that's mostly what I had. I just wanted to connect with everybody and get some feedback from you. What about you, Deb? What's cooking in Coshocton?
Well, I feel for you, Timothy. We just went through that moving cycle.
Aha.
We're still unpacking boxes and trying to get the cars in the garage. Yeah, it's quite a feat. And I know Sandy's redecorating in their kitchen, doesn't have cupboards. So yeah, it's definitely, and she can prove it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was just
Been there,
going to
done that.
say, you guys are moving, and I worked yesterday on the living room because Josiah and I were moving some stuff and took the runners off of this big crate box, and it literally took like all day just to do that and then clean up. And when we move things around, then you have to move other things. You know, when you move furniture, then all the little other things